Be sure and set up your Inventor project before starting. Speed or slow the video to best fit your needs, and rewind using the J left arrow key to catch up and make sure you can follow what I'm doing here. So the part we want to make now is this one, and the only difficulty here is first it's a metric part, and what I want you to do is to ignore that information and not use a metric part. Assume that these grids are 1/4 of an inch. Then you can count the height, the width, and the depth. The only problem is trying to figure out where these points are. And if you print it out and analyze it, you can convince yourself that those points occur 4.5 units over, which is halfway, and up 1. And in the back, it's again 4.5 units over and up 3. So if you print that out and start drawing very lightly for like the back, the hidden lines here for the corners, you can convince yourself that that's the case. So we'll use that as we make this particular part. The way we're going to do it is we're going to make a rectangular prism, and then makes so yeah, you'll see. Okay, width-wise, it's 9 squares times, and even though my PLTW says do this in metric, I want to do this in standard, so this is 0.25 inches. That's our grid. Tab over, and then our height is 1, 2, 3, 4, is 5. 5 times 0.25. Enter. Finish the sketch. So that's the front and the height, and we're going to extrude back for the depth, and I believe this is 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be 4 times 0.25. Okay. Now let's make a sketch and let's draw a V pattern here. So to do that, I am going to use the line tool, and I'm going to make sure it's coincident with the top here. Click over, make sure it hits the top, click over, and then I'd like to make another line here at the top, because I guess it kind of automatically projected the geometry there. At any rate, let's go ahead and locate these corners. So this is 1 unit over, so that would be 1 times 0.25. This would be the same, and I'm going to use a technique that I like to use when things are always going to be the same. I can come over, instead of putting the same thing in here, I can just come over and touch on this, and it'll give me D4, which is the variable for this particular measurement, but it'll keep those the same. Okay, now I know from here to here is 1 unit. No, it's not. It's 1 square, which is 1 times 0.25. Much better. Okay, now I've got 1 dimension remaining. I can now place the position of this with respect to the left, but what I like to do whenever I can is use geometric dimensioning, and I can instead make these equal, and that will do the same thing. Okay, so I finished the sketch, and I've got my sketch up here on the front. Let's turn it around, and let's make a sketch on the back. And this is going to be the other V, so I'll draw my line here. So coincident there, coincident, and let's go ahead and make one there and start to dimension again. So from here to here is 2 times 0.25. And from here to here is 2 times 0.25. Actually, I didn't do my trick where I just touched the other one. Okay, we'll do that next time. And from here to here is 3 times 0.25. And I'm also going to use the equal method geometric constraint for there and there. And I'm fully constrained and I'm okay. So this is one of the few cases in which it's okay to have multiple sketches in your browser. And we'll use the loft command. We're going to do a loft cut between these two. So loft, this can be a little tricky. So I'm going to select that, and then I can select that sketch, and it looks like it grabbed the region of the triangle. So if I turn around and I click to add, and then I click the other sketch in the browser and go over and click it there, I think I've grabbed both of them. So I want to come over here to cut, and you can see the little arrow, and it cuts it. That can be tricky. So I think that's the part that we want to make. So let's see what its volume is. And its volume is 2.240. So that should be the part you're going after for this particular part. Thanks for watching.